Welcome back to Medinare. In this video, let's discuss about Buccinator mechanism. Muscles are a potential force and they exert this force on the adjacent structures whether they are at rest or in active function. And various number of muscles exert force on the developing jaws. So the teeth and the supporting structures of the jaw are under the control of the adjacent muscles. We also know that there is a strong interdependence between the bone and the muscles. Although bone is one of the strongest and hardest tissues in the body, it is the most responsive to environmental factors, including muscles. So, in other words, muscles can also influence the growth of the bone. So, the teeth and the supporting structures of the jaw are blanketed or encircled by muscles from all the directions. So, in order to maintain the integrity between the dental arches and the relation of the teeth to the dental arches, balance between these muscles are very important. So from this, in short, we know that muscles are going to influence your dentation, right? With the help of this, we will see what is Buccinator mechanism. Buccinator mechanism is a continuous band of muscle that encircle the dentition and is firmly anchored at the pharyngeal tubercle of the occipital bone. And there are 5 major structures which are involved in Buccinator mechanism, and they are orbicularis oris, buccinator, pterygomandibular raphe, superior constrictor muscle, and pharyngeal tubercle of the occipital bone. And this band of muscle encircles the dentoalveolar region from the buccal aspect. This phenomenon is referred to as Buccinator mechanism. Buccinator mechanism starts with the decussing fibers of the orbicularis oris muscle, and it joins the right and left fibers of the lip, and this two-part constitutes the anterior component of the Buccinator mechanism. And then it runs laterally and posteriorly around the corner of the mouth, joining other fibers of the buccinator muscle, and this gets inserted into the pterygomandibular raphe. After this, at this point, it gets mingled with the fibers of the superior constrictor muscle, and then it runs posteriorly and medially to get fixed to the pharyngeal tubercle of the occipital bone. All these muscles possess elasticity and contractility property, as a result of which they act like a rubber band tightly encircling the bone system, especially the mandible. So in this diagram, we can appreciate that it starts from the decussing fibers of the orbicularis oris, and then it joins with the buccinator muscle and gets inserted into the pterygomandibular raphe, and then gets mingled with the superior constrictor muscle, and finally gets attached to the pharyngeal tubercle. Tongue acts as opposite force to the Buccinator mechanism, exerting an outward force. So all these muscles of the Buccinator mechanism is going to exert an inward force, and the tongue is going to exert outward force. This is very important clinically because any imbalance in the Buccinator mechanism can lead to malocclusion. In case of any long-term habits like thumb sucking or tongue thrusting, the equilibrium between the Buccinator mechanism and the tongue is lost. This causes various changes in the dentition like constricted maxillary arch, increased proclination, and open bite. That brings us to the end of the video. I hope you guys found it helpful. Do like this video and subscribe to Medinare for more. Thanks for watching.